In episode number 201 of The Reasons I'm Broke, we cover Dynamite's Casino Royale miniseries.
And that live-action Pokemon movie that's been rumored, we now know exactly what it's about, coming from Legendary Pictures.
We also have our comic book review of the week, New Superman #1.
All of this and more on today's show.
Hello and welcome to the Reasons I'm Broke podcast, bringing you the reasons we're broke, ranging from comics, movies, TV, video games, and more. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Daniel.
And for those of you joining us for the first time, welcome to the show. The way we format this is first we're going to start out with some news, again ranging from comics, movies, TV, video games, all the things that are not mundane and make us broke throughout the week. And we follow up with a comic book highlight.
First off, we hope you all enjoyed episode number 200.
Yes.
We've been getting a lot of very positive feedback about that and really happy, worked hard on it, and can't wait to give you more entertainment right here on the Reasons I'm Broke podcast. Thank you so much again for all of the support and for tuning in this week. I don't know about you, Kelly. I know Facebook is still about Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Twitter's all about San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah?
And it's just me trying to avoid all of that because otherwise I'm going to forget and not include it in next week's notes. So I'm trying to get it all at once. That way I can save it after we record today. And everyone's just having a blast at San Diego Comic-Con. I know Disney, we had covered about a month or two ago that they're going to be doing their own thing with D23 weeks from now. They're still showing some stuff, though. Marvel is still a presence. They're still releasing some trailers, some teasers.
Well, they kind of gotta be.
So I was kind of shocked that they gave Hall H all to Warner Brothers and other companies. But we're going to be covering all of that San Diego Comic-Con news. I know it's coming out the Sunday of the convention, but we're going to cover that as we have in the past couple years next week.
For this week, though, we do still have some pretty big news, starting out with Nintendo.
Playing to the nostalgia, playing to the people like me who grew up with the NES, Nintendo revealed in a press release that they are going to release the NES Classic Edition console.
This system is a mini replica of the original console and will come preloaded with 30 games including Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Kirby's Adventure, and more.
They're also upgrading our NES experience by making it so that players have access to multiple save points from the reissued games. That's not something we had before. We were lucky if a game had any kind of save system. And part of that was because then we'd have to start over from the beginning. We'd get better at it. I don't know if that was not the intention, trust me, from the companies, but that was just a result. If we started from the beginning, you got better at the game. Games were more difficult back then. And that's why we kind of just replayed the same 2 games every single year. I know in my household it was the Duck Hunt Super Mario Brothers combo game, and that was it. We did not own any more games for the NES, and that's all I played for years and years.
I never actually had an NES. I started straight from N64 days. And I had Super Mario 64, which I never beat, and I'm so mad. Well, I take that back. I beat it. I never got all the stars you needed to get Yoshi, which I just wanted that more than anything in the world. Because there were all these rumors like you could ride Yoshi through all the levels or...
You'd be invincible. That was always everyone's rumor, like, oh, and then you're invincible.
Wasn't it really like you shot up the castle and then you got 99 lives?
You got 99 lives, and if I remember correctly, he gave you an extra jump, like a super jump.
Oh.
Now, I could be mixing that up with the DS version of it, but I know that he did give you something else as well. Maybe it was just 99 lives in the original, but I know in the original or in the DS one, he gave you a super jump as a new ability.
But you had to get all 120 stars.
Yeah, you had to get all the stars.
Yeah, no, that was never going to happen. Okay, and then the only game I couldn't save was Toy Story, and then I had to buy that extra little adapter pack.
Which you could never get past your parents. Like, you could never make them understand why you needed that extra pack. And I know I couldn't. Whenever there were expansion packs, they'd be like, why? What do you need it for? Well, you need it to play the game. It makes it so that you can save games. They're like, but you already have one. I'm like, yeah, but that one's full of memory. Like, you have to buy another one when you... So to them, it was like, that's bullshit. It should just delete an old save. I can't delete an old save, though, because I'm still playing those games.
You want to know how I got it past my parents? I played the Toy Story game when my cousins came over, and I played it the entire time because I had gotten farther than I ever had, and I just like kept wanting to go because I couldn't save, and then they left, and then I cried because I couldn't spend any time with them. My parents were like, oh shit, okay, we'll buy you the little save cartridge.
Maybe that's how it works with women. Just cry, and your parents would just get you.
It solves all my problems. But each of these new NES units will be coming with a thing that will save them. An HDMI cable, an AC adapter, and the NES Classic controller.
Separate controllers will be sold at $9.99.
Cheap. Worth it.
Very much worth it. I don't know if the classic controllers, if you have some at home, will be adaptable with this one. I haven't gotten a look at what the plugs are when you connect it to the actual system. But the classic console is actually small. It's like a tiny little NES. You obviously can't put cartridges in it like you could before, but all of it will be downloadable. So 30 games for $59.99.
That's such a great price.
You get the console, you get the 30 games, you get the controller, and this is coming out November 11th. That's going to be their big fucking holiday title. Like I was saying a few weeks ago, I don't know what they're going to have. It's not going to be Star Fox. They're not going to have Zelda this year. They're going to have the fucking NES Classic Edition.
So smart.
That shit is going to be sold out right before the holidays. If I were working at GameStop right now, I'd somehow be telling people, hey, drop $5 on this game, even though it's not on the computer yet. And when it comes in, we're going to move it on over to the NES Classic bundle because that shit is going to be gone. I don't know how limited it's going to be, but you're not going to see this bitch again until probably summer next year. That's going to be the restock.
What's going to be awesome, too, is if this does well, I think we might see more games you can download for it, because how easy is that to throw that shit up on the Nintendo store? And maybe we'll see one for the N64. That's what I want.
And there's definitely a market for this.
Yeah.
Because how often have I gone to conventions, or you can even look online, but there's a whole market of systems that will play your old Nintendo games, that will play your old Genesis games all in one, and people are still buying those. They're still buying the classic controllers to be able to play. There's companies that are replicating the NES controller and the N64 controller, the Wii controller even, and that's all because people still want to have that old experience of playing the Nintendo games on a Nintendo console, on a Nintendo controller. It's never the same when you're playing it on a virtual console. It's great, and I'm really happy you have that option, but you're never going to replicate that exact experience.
Right.
Perfect example with me and Resident Evil 4. My favorite game of all time. I'm used to the GameCube controller, playing that. I beat that game 4 or 5 times on the GameCube from beginning to end, and I was used to the GameCube controller. Now, when I downloaded it on the PlayStation 3, the HD version it's essentially the Wii version, but with all of the graphical upgrades that you would have gotten if it were to come out on the PS3. And I just couldn't do it the same because the controller just wasn't there. I wasn't used to the button layouts. I gave it a chance, and over time, I just couldn't get used to it. And I'm sure if I were to plug in a GameCube controller, I would find that I'm still not good at it because I'm fucking 10 years older now.
Yeah. Well, it's like that with me and Pokemon Snap. Remember, I went to play it on the Wii. We downloaded it on the Wii, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was so oversensitive compared to the old-ass N64 controller where you had to, like, sit on it to, like, get it to go one way. So, no, I completely understand. But hopefully, I mean, bringing it out on the same controller, that'll definitely make a difference.
So $59.99, 30 games, a controller, and a classic console in mini form. Not good enough.
No,
because this week we have our first Nerd Rage Reaction!
I know you have sound effects, but I like doing my own, okay?
I think they're used to it by now.
Good, because just get rid of the other sound effects then, and just have my. So for those of you who don't know, a Nerd Rage Reaction is, as we're flipping through these articles and looking at comments, there's someone who this just isn't good enough for them. Essentially nothing is good enough for them.
There's always something probably going on in their personal lives.
I'm sure that's what it is, and they just need an outlet, and this is where it is, but we find...
Or they're entitled. I have no idea.
Whatever. We find the comment funny enough that we choose to share it with all of you.
We won't reveal any names, but here is this week's first Nerd Rage Reaction.
It should have been 100 games. Okay. You know, it could have been no games.
It could have been 100 games. He would have said it should have been 200.
Yeah. Or they could have not released this. Or they could have released it with no games and you had to go on the Nintendo shop and download them all.
Well, see, they're forcing him to buy it.
Oh, okay.
They're just taking the money straight out of his wallet, straight out of his
paycheck
bank account.
even.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even hitting his bank account. It's
No, they're just...
Like, there's going to be that little line on his paycheck that says, like, NES. That's what it's for.
He's going through it. Like, NES 30 games is what it's going to say.
Yeah,
only 30 games.
NES
that's all it's going to say.
Only 30 games.
Only 30 games.
NES, not 100 games.
I think that's on the box.
NES,
it'll say only
100 minus 70 games. That's what it's going to say in his paycheck, I'm sure.
Oh, how I adore Nerd Ragers. They bring me so much joy.
So much joy. But even with some Nerd Rangers.
Rangers.
Nerd Rangers.
Mighty Morphin Nerd Rangers.
Even with Nerd Rangers, Nintendo is doing amazing. They have said, you know what, Nerd Rangers? You really don't matter because we're doing fucking awesome.
And that's all thanks to a little record that was broken. Thanks to a free app out there.
Yes.
I don't know if we've talked about it.
I don't think so. I mean, it's small. Not a lot of people know about it.
Oh, here, let's let the Broquettes know.
Okay. So, Bloomberg has reported that on July 15th, Nintendo broke the record for the most traded stock in a single day on the Tokyo stock market.
July 15th, same week that this Pokemon Go, it's in all caps. Pokemon Go, I'm not really sure what it stands for.
G0 maybe?
Or a geographic, I know it uses like your phone's geographic app, wherever your location services. Okay. So I don't know what geographic something.
Geographic options.
There you go, because you have to open the options to actually turn it on. I think that's what it is.
That makes sense.
But Pokemon Go, Pokemon fucking Go, released and rolled out throughout the rest of the world. It's still rolling out.
Yep, it's still crashing servers.
That it is. Pokemon Go has been so popular. Businesses everywhere. I mean, Broquettes know. They have Facebook. They have Twitter. Mm-hmm. They're seeing these businesses put up Pokemon Go related posts, specials, all kinds of shit to try to capitalize on Pokemon Go's popularity as well. They fucking should.
Yeah.
It's bringing players all throughout. It's getting people out of the house and they're walking around. They're going to these different parks, businesses, museums. I don't know. All these churches, apparently. Tons of churches. 90% of the fucking gyms and stops are churches. And they're going out there, and they might as well say, hey, guys, come on in, 10% off of your Team Mystic, or whatever. I've seen all kinds of deals. You saw one of, like, free meals at Olive Garden, like a free app.
Yeah. If you come in and show them your Pokédex, you get a free appetizer at Olive Garden. It's like, shit, why don't we take advantage of that on our weekend, BT dubs?
Because we haven't had 2 days off in a little while.
Well, it's coming up, so Olive Garden, let's go.
Get that app ready.
Free appetizer. I want fucking mozzarella sticks.
And as part of the Pokemon Go craze and rollout in Japan, McDonald's has announced that over 3,000 of its restaurants will serve as gyms for Pokemon Go players. Now remember, this is just Japan right now.
Mm-hmm. And good for those people who work at McDonald's, because you can just run that gym all day.
I've heard of, like, there's customers that come into the shop and they say, I work right near a gym. And all of us just try to control that fucking gym. That's all we do, is we just control it and don't let anyone take it, because that is ours. And they've all agreed upon what color they're going to be, just like we did actually at the comic shop. The first guy that downloaded it said Team Mystic, and we're like, all right, fine. Like, I didn't care. I'm like, yeah, blue? Is that what that is? The Articuno one? Sure.
No, I will not be Team Mystic. Can I tell you? So I was teaching one of my very good friends tonight to play Pokemon Go, because she had no idea what Pokemon even was. So first I had to teach her how to play Pokemon Yellow. And she was going through like, oh, this is real easy. I just hit this A button a bunch of times. But then she ran out of PowerPoints and she's like, what do I do now? I'm like, you lost. That's it. And she's like, that's it? It's just over? And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, but you're level 9 now. I'm like, and it's lost. So like, there's nothing to do. I mean, except die, but you know, you lost. So then I taught her to play Pokemon Go and she accidentally clicked on a gym. And I haven't decided which team I'm going to be on yet. So it pops up, and she's like, what's with all these colors? Which one do I pick? I'm like, no! Like, I jumped over the counter, and her girlfriend rips it out of her hand. She's like, I don't know what she's doing, but this isn't an easy choice. I'm like, it's not. And I had to close out the app. I still haven't decided.
It's a close one.
Yeah, it was so scary.
Would have been awesome if she just chose blue for you.
No. It would have been terrible.
The one that you definitely didn't want. You're in between two, and we've held a poll. Mm-hmm. So far, Team Flare is what the internet says.
Team Flare? Is that what it's called?
What isn't
Team Flare?
Is it not Team Flare?
No.
Team Pyro?
No.
Team Valor?
Yes.
Yes. I just went through all the fire names in my Pokemon dictionary in my head. It's like a Rolodex.
Team Charizard? Team...
Moltres?
Yes, so I'm stuck in between Instinct and Valor. People are really hating on Instinct. Like, I'm leaning towards Instinct just because, like, when people put up videos of it, you have the real cool Moltres and the real cool Articuno and then Big Bird.
It is Big Bird.
No, it's not.
Big Bird.
It's Zapdos. Okay, it's Zapdos. And Zapdos was always my favorite of the legendary birds. So that's probably who I'm going to pick, guys.
You were talking about someone that hadn't played Pokemon. It reminds me of Rick, actually, from Nerd Up Media, the Read Pile. He came into the shop today, and he called it... It wasn't Vaporeon. It was Vapion. I was like, yes! Fucking Vapion.
Well, it's like...
I love it. That's what I'm going to name all my Vaporeons now. Vapion.
My friend that I was teaching how to play it, Bellsprout popped up. I was like, oh, it's a Bellsprout. She goes, it's a bean sprout? And I'm like, no, it's Bellsprout. And then on the way home, she's telling her girlfriend, like, bean sprout's my favorite. Like, it's not bean sprout, but okay. It was great.
But that is not all for the Pokemon news this week. We knew that there was going to be a live-action movie. About 2 episodes ago, we talked about it, what we wanted it to be, and what it probably wouldn't be. And it turns out it's not going to be, of course, what fans would have wanted, because it wouldn't have worked. I thought it was going to be more of a legendary that they were going to put in live action, probably Mewtwo. We were going to see Pikachu, Charizard, and you said the 3 starters. It was just going to be them stopping the legendary. Well, it turns out that it's going to be something way fucking different.
Way different.
That I did not even expect. You didn't even guess. No one guessed. I don't know anyone that guessed it.
That one fan guessed it. That one person is going, yes.
But anyway, Legendary Entertainment has reached a deal to produce a live-action Pokemon movie.
You know the one person who guessed it? It was the one person who was like, ugh, I hope it's not this. So this movie will be based on the Detective Pikachu character from Japan's 3DS game, Great Detective Pikachu. Because
of this, I think it could be a good movie.
Really?
Imagine okay, the game is essentially Phoenix Wright with Pokemon.
Okay, but how's it going to be live action?
The same way that they did the Phoenix Wright one. Only Pikachu and a handful of Pokemon will have to be CGI'd, because everything else will be in the real world. And they're going to be investigating with Pikachu. Pikachu will be able to talk, so you have a Pokemon that's talking with the protagonist, and he's going to be translating for the other Pokemon and to the audience as well. So you do it like the Phoenix Wright movie. You have like maybe 2 or 3 cases, all of which are going to be tied in at the end. And that's your fucking movie. Make the Phoenix Wright live action movie, which I love, but just fucking put Pikachu in a hat and throw it in there.
I think this is only going to release in Japan.
I think so too. I don't care. I'll watch it with subtitles.
Well, I will too. Shit. But this shit is not coming to the US.
Well, hold on. It's Legendary Entertainment. They brought out fucking Batman, Godzilla, all those movies. They're going to bring it to the US, and because of that, they'll bring the Detective Pikachu game now. That is confirmed, I'm saying. I'm confirming that Great Detective Pikachu will come to North America.
I'm just going to take a nap now.
We're going to have the video game, free Great Detective Pikachu download on your 3DS with the purchase of the movie. That's what they're going to end up doing on live action.
They're going to give you a discount on the game with purchase. They're not going to give it to you for free.
You're like, this is Nintendo.
They're going to go, because if it's a good movie, then people are going to go, oh, it's a great movie, let me go buy the game.
Or they jack it up $10, so $40 for the movie on Blu-ray, and then they say you get the thing for free.
I thought you meant like seeing it in theaters. I'm like, they're not going to give it away for that.
Absolutely not. They'll give you a demo, maybe, like a voucher for a demo of the game that you could use 5 times.
I could see it. Like if you buy it on Blu-ray, it's $40 for the Blu-ray, and you get the game for free. Yeah, sure, I could see that. I thought you meant, like, go see it in theaters and get the... I was like,
If anything, they'll give you a fucking card, like a Detective Pikachu Pokemon card.
Yeah.
And you'll be lucky to get that. You'll be lucky to get that. That's fucking Nintendo. They're just the Uncle Scrooge of the video game world.
Yes, essentially. And look where it's gotten them.
Through the tough years, they still have money because they're careful as shit.
They could, like, lose money for the next 5 years and still have...
It was more than that. I think they said they can go in the red for the next... I think they said... next 10 to 20 years.
Well, fuck, man.
They have enough money from the handheld sales that they would be okay. Like, they can fail on other 3 consoles. Not handhelds, like 3 home consoles, and they would be fine. We're already at 1 with the Wii U. Although even that, I'm sure they found a way to make money.
I'm sure they made money off of it, because they just took old Wii parts and
put a fucking shell on it.
Yeah.
And a higher, like a 2 chips in it this time, 2 memory chips.
Yeah, that was it. No, they still made money.
Some computer tech that listens to this is like, they're not just chips, like it's RAM and
like potato chips.
they invested in Pringle, like a Pringle, just threw it in there.
If I ever make a video game, I'm putting like a saran wrapped chip in there, like so it won't like break down and actually hurt anything. But anybody taking apart my thing would be like, "Oh fuck, what is this? Put this potato chip in there."
You gotta put it in aluminum foil. That way it looks more computery.
Oh, okay, no, but the aluminum foil might mess with the electricity in there. Like, if you put, like, saran wrap, at least it'll melt against it.
Production for the Great Detective Pikachu movie begins next year.
We do have another nerd rage reaction, though, and I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not surprised
we got
either.
one for this. What? That's how it's spelled. W-H-U-T. What? I never have seen an episode of Pokemon, but it seems to me if I was a fan and someone told me they were making a live action movie, then waited a week to tell me it was a Detective Pikachu and not normal Pokemon, I would be pretty pissed right now.
What are normal Pokemon
What?
non-talking
I don't know.
with
He's
a
never
hat?
seen an episode. So,
Oh, that's true. So, I mean, what's
I
he...
don't... I mean, does he know who Meowth is?
It sounds to me like he knows what Pokemon is, and he's pretending to be a non-Pokemon guy.
I've never seen an episode, but if I was a fan...
I would tell you that they should have used
It's like,
a full IV Mewtwo.
How do you even... So, it's like I could have seen that trailer for World of Warcraft and been like, oh, I've never played the game, but if I had and I was a fan, I don't think they should do this. Like, what the fuck do I know about the game? I don't know anything about it. So, who am I to say anything or criticize anything? Or, I've never read this anime, but... this adaptation.
Internet has not spoken on this one.
No,
there's
really?
not much negative, not much positive. It's more of a, all right.
People are like, okay. I think they're all still confused.
I think they all still don't know what Great Detective Pikachu is because it never came out here. I mean, kids definitely don't know what the fuck that is. I don't think. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a kid in these ages. Maybe they're way more familiar with.
You're not a kid?
More familiar with the YouTube than we are. I'm sure they've seen playthroughs of Great Detective Pikachu at this point. I'm
sure they speak like Japanese at this point so they can import this shit.
See, they already know of an app that you can just translate Japanese with. Like it'll hear it and it'll just caption it for you.
Well, that's like the ear thing. You've seen those, right?
I saw that they were developing it.
Oh no, they're developed. Like, I don't think they're for sale yet, but like they're finishing them up. But yeah, you like it reads languages based on an app on your phone. So wherever you go, you just change it, and when people speak it, it translates it for you.
That's amazing.
The only downside is somebody else who you're speaking to has to have it in their ear.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, one step closer to Star Trek.
Yes, that is what it is. Star Trek is always way ahead of its time.
And staying on Hollywood news, according to The Hollywood Reporter, major outlets are projecting opening weekend figures for Suicide Squad to be as high as $135 million.
I don't doubt that. I could definitely see that. They have done an amazing job of getting everybody psyched for this movie.
The marketing is amazing.
Perfect.
The trailers, there hasn't been one bad trailer. Now these TV spots, again, I'm telling you, brokettes, stop, avoid the TV spots if you can. Avoid the whatever last trailer that they brought out. Avoid that right now, because otherwise you're going to be complaining that they've ruined too much for you. I have not seen the new trailer. I have not looked at the TV spots. There's like TV spots that apparently focus on Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. There's one that focuses on the Joker. No, I'm not going to see any of that because I know they're putting in new clips. I'm already sold on the movie. I do not need to see any more clips. And you just showed me a trailer for the Beauty and the Beast original animated movie. Guys, people that are saying that they're spoiling trailers and they're spoiling movies too much these days, they've been spoiling fucking movies since fucking 20 years ago. That Beauty and the Beast trailer was the movie from beginning to end. They've been doing that shit, guys.
A castle with a curse needs a woman to break the spell. And then she walks in. He's gruff, but something changes.
They show them falling in love.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
well,
exactly.
fuck, man.
Well, there was.
There's the whole movie. There's them breaking into the castle. There's the fireworks from when the castle turns like regular. And Jesus, there's the whole movie right there. They've been spoiling it.
There's Gaston being evil. We know he's going to be bad.
The luxury we have now is that they didn't have like 7 teasers. Like they gave you 2 teasers. Now you have 2 teasers and then a full trailer and then like another super full trailer right before. So you have plenty of warnings already of like, okay, just see the teaser, you're sold? Fine, don't watch anything else.
Yep. Nope, not back in the 90s. They went, here's the whole thing.
One trailer, you're going to see it in movie theaters. You can't escape that shit.
Nope.
And on home video. When they were selling you home video tapes, that whole same trailer would be right in there.
And you'd have to like fast forward, but then you still saw it. You couldn't just skip it.
It would never fast forward fast enough to where you couldn't make out what was happening.
Yeah.
Like you saw everything in fast motion. And the reason I say that is because right now when you go forward on a video or a Blu-ray, it like skips forward. It's like is still, like frame by frame. But back then it was just a sped up version. So yeah, you would see everything. Again, luxuries, guys, luxuries. I don't know. I can't stand when people say something that it's like, well, we had it worse. It used to be worse.
Or like if you saw it on TV, like now you can pause it or you can change the channel really quickly or something. Like back in those days, you couldn't do that either.
You couldn't even fathom pausing television. Yeah. Like, what do you mean pausing television? There's no tape here.
I'm not recording this.
You could not fathom that shit.
So, back on topic, this $135 million that they are projecting for opening weekend would break Guardians of the Galaxy's record, making it the biggest box office opening for the month of August.
This is of no shock to you, because you still think that Suicide Squad is going to beat Batman v Superman.
I do.
Batman v Superman brought in $166 million opening weekend. 135 is pretty damn close. And usually when they project this shit, it's lower than what they expect, just so that they can put out that headline of, it broke our projections, just because, you know, that kind of record-breaking headline will get you more clicks.
Of course.
So you still think it's going to break Batman v Superman's opening record?
I do. I think it's going to be Batman v Superman. I think that they've done well enough with the marketing, and they have like Will Smith in there, so you're going to pull, you know, his fans. I think it's going to be Batman v Superman. Is this a bet? What do I win? We're close enough now. I need to win something if I'm right.
Choose what you want to win. I think Batman v Superman, based on name alone.
You never agree to my terms.
We're talking opening weekend. Okay. We're not talking general. Like,
that's fine. I will talk
overall
opening
box
weekend.
Office.
That's fine.
Opening weekend for Batman and Superman was massive.
Okay. Fine. Let's talk overall box office then.
Well, then you win. I think, yeah, I can see Suicide Squad beating Batman v Superman.
Okay.
I can see more repeat viewers for Suicide Squad than I can Batman v Superman. They're not all like me, who fucking saw it 4 times.
I only saw it once. I didn't even realize it was on the table downstairs. Why didn't you tell me we own that shit?
We don't own it. That's my brother's copy.
Why didn't you tell me he owns that shit? He lives in my house. It's mine.
Let's watch it. Let's watch the Ultimate Edition. We still haven't seen it, and we're going to watch it. We'll have a review for you guys. Again. This is the Ultimate Edition review.
Oh, okay.
Suicide Squad is coming up in a few weeks. Coming up so fucking fast. Even I was like, oh shit, we're here already. August 5th.
Moving on to the print side of things. Dynamite Entertainment will be adapting its first ever graphic novel adaptations of Ian Fleming's original James Bond novels, starting with Casino Royale in November.
From what I understand, Dynamite was struggling in coming up with a deal with the Flemings in actually adapting these original works, because you have to get permission before you actually do this. You have to present your artist, you have to present your writer, examples, and it looks like they struck a deal, and I think part of that was probably how they handled Vargur, that first arc for James Bond. They probably saw, okay, these guys are legit, they're actually respecting the material. Yes, we will give you permission for fucking shit ton of money to adapt the novels over to comic book format, starting with Casino Royale. Now remember, it's not going to be the adaptation of the movies, it's the adaptation of the original novel. So Casino Royale won't be like the movie. I don't care, I'm still fucking getting it, because I love the Casino Royale movie, so I will buy whatever miniseries comes out with the same name.
Alright. This will be written by Van Jensen, who has done Green Lantern Corps, and the art will be by Matt Southworth, who's done Amazing Spider-Man.
Something one of my coworkers brought up, Alex, is if it's going to be the same James Bond design as the current series from the current Dynamite book, would you want to see them put like a different design Bond for each miniseries, for each adaptation, or should they remain constant? Do you like that design of Bond, and do you feel like that would fit every one of those stories?
So I've never read the books. No surprise there.
Like the regular novels,
right? I've never read the novels. But I would imagine that all the novels are built in mind with the same person going through all of them. Yes?
That I'm not sure. Like, I think they make it vague enough to where you don't really know.
Oh.
And they've never said, like, this is exactly what he looks like all the time.
Of course. For me, personally, I think it would be better to have the same design for everything. Because when I watch the movies, I understand that it's James Bond, but each James Bond is a little bit different. So for me, like, my mind thinks this is supposed to be the same person, but it's not the same person. They're all different. And then I don't even think of them as James Bond. I think of them as, here's Daniel Craig, and here's Pierce Brosnan, and, you know, Sean Connery. That's what I think of, not really that they're all James Bond. So it really comes down to, in the books, is it written to be all the same person, or is it just the name 007 that's continuing forth, the name James Bond? And once they decide that, then I think that's going to determine whether it's the same character design or somebody different.
Continuing on the comic book news, DC Comics has released its solicitations for October 2016. You can see the full list at newsarama.com. These are just the highlights.
So first up, we have 3 books that are still missing in action with creative teams or release dates. We have Super Sons, Earth 2, and Justice League of America.
I can tell you from working at a comic shop, no one's asking about Earth 2 because there's still an Earth 2 comic currently releasing. Justice League of America, same thing. I think they're happy with the Justice League books that they're getting, the book that they're getting right now. Super Sons, though, I do have customers asking about that. They're like, when is Super Sons? I read Superman and I like Jonathan Kent. I'm a Damian fan and I want to read that book. The Super Sons, people are asking for, and I think by the time they do decide, okay, this is releasing even in November, I think that hype will have been gone, or the interest in it will have been gone. And I understand that they want to wait, and they want to make sure that they nail down the team, they nail down the story. They don't want this book to be delayed. That's what that tells me. I think they're looking at what they have complete, and they're saying, okay, we can't release this in October because the book is going to be delayed. We're not going to be able to make enough issues to make the, at that point, January release. And to avoid the delays, which is something that Dan DiDio stressed that they did not want to do, they're probably holding off, waiting for more stuff to be finished before they officially announce, okay, this is when this is releasing and here's who's working on it.
That is probably very accurate, and I know that you say the hype is going to go away, but I think if they take this time to make it the strongest story possible so that you don't have those delays, whenever it releases, they're going to get that hype back.
Real quick about DC Rebirth. Now that we're pretty well into it, do you has the 2-a-month release gotten to you as a reader yet? Do you think it's too much, or do you feel like I don't have to wait as long for the next chapter in this great comic that I'm enjoying?
It's a lot, man. I enjoy that I get to continue with the book quickly, but trying to find time to sit down every week and read 6 to 10 comic books sometimes is what you end up coming home with is difficult, especially with, we like to read our books together and our schedules are off, and it's, difficult to find the time where you're not doing a million other things. So for me, it's a lot, to devote. If you didn't have them every other week, then that would be half that amount coming in that week.
Tony Brokett's confused because we do generally do one highlight a week. What we do is we break it down, we read that previous week's books, and from there we choose one that we want to review or talk about that we feel we really enjoyed or we really didn't like or we want to recommend. So that's why, even though we only review the one book, there's a lot happening behind the scenes. On the upside, though, we find out a lot quicker which books are not working. And I can tell you right now, Green Lanterns is on the chopping block. I do like the buddy cop aspect of it, and we got some of that with the New 52, but this isn't Sinestro and Hal. You know what I mean? It's Jessica and Simon Baz. And I love Simon Baz. I like Jessica Cruz so far. But their stories so far, to me, are not worth the twice a month. If they were to bump that book down once a month, sold.
And the thing is, it's not a bad book by any means. It's still a very interesting story, but DC right now has so many interesting stories, and it comes down to which one isn't the best.
Exactly.
It's like when you're in those final rounds of Hell's Kitchen or MasterChef.
They're all good.
Yeah, but which one's not perfect?
Which one did not do as well that one service? Yep,
exactly, and that's what it comes down to.
It doesn't help either that they just released, okay, here is Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Daniel, you like Sinestro, right? Oh, yeah, here you go. Kelly, you like good stories, right? Oh, here you go. It's like, well, damn, now Green Lantern's definitely pales in comparison to Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps.
Yep.
God damn it. Fucking seeing Sinestro, I'm like, okay, I don't care about the Red Lanterns anymore. They can go fuck off.
The Who Lanterns?
Well, Earth is in trouble, though. I'm like, Earth, they've got
Sinestro.
Batman. It'll be fine.
We also have some more books coming out. The Flash #9 will have original Wally West meeting his new 52 counterpart.
Cover is really cool. Has both Wally Wests running in between the wall with the bricks at the one Flash from the new 52. Recreating that classic cover of Jay Garrick and Barry Allen saving the... It's the exact same thing, but 2 Wally Wests. It's really cool. I think even just to collect that cover. Again, that's Flash number 9.
We also have He-Man Thundercats number 1, and this is 1 of 6.
So they saw dollar signs in their fucking eyes
Cha-ching!
after Batman v... Or not fucking Batman Superman. Although that made a shit ton of money. Batman TMNT did way better than even they expected. It did better than any comic shop expected. And they said, all right, until we officially announce Batman TMNT 2... Here is another one. He-Man Thundercats. 6-issue miniseries. Don't underestimate this one. I think it's also going to be another one that goes to a second and third print. Official solicitation for this one reads, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe team up with the Thundercats. The epic crossover event you've waited 30 years to see.
Well, shit.
I'm only 28, so I'm like, this isn't Batman the Animated Series.
What is this?
This isn't Beast Wars.
What? This isn't Beyblades. What else is it?
That's way too new.
Where's Yu-Gi-Oh?
Gargoyles would probably be in your
I
neck of the
haven't
woods.
watched Gargoyles either. Sorry. Never seen an episode of Gargoyles.
You're going to see a lot of men in their 40s and 50s definitely picking up
yeah.
He-Man Thunderbolts number 1. It's going to do extremely well. Not Thunderbolts, Thundercats. People are still asking me about Thundercats comics. They want that, and I think this is going to be there and deliver for them.
Next we have Harley's Little Black Book number 6.
We always love to see who the team-up's going to be. One of your favorites, right? You're like, it's not as bad as the Creeper.
Oh man, nothing's as bad as the Creeper. Lobo's back. The main man and Harley Quinn have a lot in common. Motorcycles and mayhem, for starters. So it's long past time they found each other.
I think it's going to be a fucking fun issue.
It's going to be hilarious.
They're both
I'm
insane.
sure.
They're both crazy. They're both over the top. It's going to work.
But I don't like Lobo.
And this is going to be the last one.
I don't like him. The last Harley's Little Black Book?
Yep.
Okay.
Which Lobo do you like least? Do you like, do you hate the New 52 Lobo more or the classic Lobo more?
I don't know, because I didn't see enough of the New 52 Lobo. The thing is, they had so much they could have done with New 52 Lobo, and they just didn't.
No one liked him. Like, from the beginning, they were going up against an uphill battle because he didn't look like the original Lobo.
Okay, but they didn't even make him interesting. Like, they should have taken that Lobo and made him something women were attracted to, and then fuck, you're done.
They tried. Like, that's why you had that, like, giant hair
Yeah, but did they
thing.
make his personality anything women like? No.
He was an assassin that was way the opposite of Lobo, and that's where Lobo fans went, that's not my Lobo because Lobo's over the top. And what they did in the story is that Lobo that we're familiar with and the one that's going to be in the Little's Black Book was an imposter the whole time. And true Lobo was this assassin that just collected money throughout the universe and the galaxy, and he wanted to kill the pre-New 52 Lobo because he was fucking up his name throughout the universe. And he was nothing like that classic Lobo.
I could have written a better Lobo.
DC thought so too, because near the end they're like, his hair's going crazy. Look, it's just like the old one, and now he's going insane. He's acting kind of like the classic Lobo. That's essentially the switcheroo they did.
And he ate a lot of food, so look, he's fatter now too. Like, what?
They pulled an Amanda Waller.
Yep, there you go.
Last one on the solicitations is Flintstones number 4. This one was really interesting. I really like the cover. The solicitation reads, what is this newfangled thing called marriage? And why are so many people willing to sacrifice a traditional sex cave for exclusive partnerships?
That's amazing. This blows my mind. Like, this was a kid's cartoon. And now they're like, you know what? You're all fucking adults now. Here, sex caves.
Kids aren't watching Flintstones now.
No. And I'm like, yeah, sex caves.
You adored that first issue.
Yes.
It was about, like, marriage, relationships.
Jobs.
Jobs.
Yeah, self-expression. It was great.
It was a dark comedy, and I loved it too.
I loved it. It was so real. It's probably one of the most real comic books that I've ever read.
And it's continuing with Flintstones number 4, like, exclusive part. You see the cover, and people are saying, like, mutual, no, like, freedom of sexuality, freedom of relationships, and it's Fred and Wilma both holding hands, and I'm assuming they're going to sign something that makes them exclusive.
Like you mentioned, I absolutely adored number 1, and I don't think by the time we get to 4, my mind's going to change at all.
Continuing on the final bit of news, and this is the most controversial bit we got in the comic book world. And we have to weigh in on it, because why wouldn't we?
Because that's just what we do.
So Frank Cho, one of the many A-list artists DC has commissioned for variant covers over the next year, has walked away from the book after finishing up his cover to Wonder Woman number 6.
In a statement to Bleeding Cool, Cho said, Everyone loves my Wonder Woman covers and wants me to stay. Greg Rucka is the only one who has any problem with covers. Greg Rucka has been trying to alter and censor my artwork since day one. Greg Rucka thought my Wonder Woman #3 cover was vulgar and showed too much skin, and has been spearheading censorship, which is baffling since my Wonder Woman image is on model and shows the same amount of skin as the interior art, and it's a variant cover. He should have no editorial control over it, but he does. WTF? Question mark, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation.
And end quote. So the variants, the way they work with DC is you don't pay extra money for the A and B covers. They're $2.99 each, and you get to choose which cover you like. And I love that. Every time I get my pull, I head over to the wall, and I'm like, okay, so I like this cover better, and I switch them out, and I like this cover better, and I switch them out, or, oh, cool, they pulled an awesome cover for me, I'm good. And with it's the same case with Frank Cho. And this, again, reminds me of that Batgirl Joker variant. Do you remember that one where people were upset because of the violence it portrayed or the glorifying of Joker's hold over Batgirl's history and what that had? But we had the same statement and same stance that I think we both do in this case, and that is that it's a variant cover. If you don't like the variant cover, get the main cover. And it looks like in this case it was enough to, as an artist, to say, no, if they're going to censor my work, then I'm no longer going to work on the book.
I don't blame him. I mean, you showed me the cover, and I'm usually one who's real quick to pick up like, oh yeah, people would have an issue with this, da-da-da. I didn't see anything wrong with the cover at all, personally. We've seen Wonder Woman in much less, on covers, and you notice that the people asking for the censorship, it was one person. It wasn't the internet.
And people have actually found images of older Greg Rucka Wonder Woman works that have been more sexualized than this one cover. And they're like, what are you doing, Greg? Like, you've had past works that were worse than this. Why are you taking an issue? And to any Brokettes that are confused and haven't Googled this yet, if you go to Wonder Woman #3 Frank Cho variant, you should see the black and white pencil and inked version. Don't see the colored one because that's the censored, quote-unquote censored one. The original one by Frank Cho, it has Wonder Woman, I believe she's blocking some blasts or bullets with her gauntlets, and her skirt is kind of hiked up from running or from the blast. I'm not exactly sure. And because of that hike, you can see like her panties or whatever underwear she wears. People say it's like a leotard type of thing that she has shown, that they've shown in past comics before. And it's just slight. Like you don't see much of it. And that's where they ended up, when the way they censored it, they cropped it. So you don't see, her ass is like outside of the image, and you don't see the panty line or the panties underneath or the leotard, whatever it may be, in the cover at all. And that's where Frank Cho said, this is not my entire work. Why does the writer, Greg Rucka, have any say about what an artist who is a variant artist does on his book? I don't care if it's his book. This is a variant cover that DC Comics commissioned me for. And he was very clear to say that DC editorial has been very gracious in the way they handled it. But he even said they're stuck between a rock and a hard place because they've got the writer or they've got a variant artist. And people love Frank Cho's work. They will pick up his cover. They'll follow it. And even if you had an issue with this original cover, buy the main cover. I'm telling you right now, if you have an issue with Frank Cho's cover, the main one's available. You have an option. You have choice. And unfortunately, Greg Rucka said, no, not good enough. Crop it. Get rid of it. Change it.
It makes no sense. Can I tell you the one thing that caught my eye on this cover when you showed it to me, the original, was not the little bit of her leotard that was sticking out. It was her big-ass, muscly thighs, where I was like, shit, my thighs are that big-ass and muscly, too. I feel like Wonder Woman. But you know what? They cropped that.
They cropped it, and I like that he said that it's on model. Frank Cho has done covers in the past where it's Wonder Woman's like, oh, I can't fit on my costume. My boobs are too big. And those are on Apes and... I can't remember his website right now. If you type in Frank Cho website, apesandbabes.com. And these are just one-off sketch covers that he sells at conventions for hundreds of dollars. They're not on model sheets, official commissioned works from Marvel, DC, any of the companies that he does the characters for. He's done several for Spider-Gwen. He just did a Cami cover where it's redoing that Manera variant of Spider-Woman, like bending over the building. He did one of Cami, and all of that's out there. But he was very clear to say it is on model. when I'm actually commissioned by companies to do it, I'm not going to do those cheesy covers where it's just giant boobs and giant thighs or giant ass. I'm going to do it as their image says, because they do have a standard that says they have to be this big, they have to be this tall, Batman is this tall to Superman and this tall to Wonder Woman, etc. So far, his covers have lined up. They're not as quote-unquote vulgar as Greg Rucka is making it out to be.
Yeah, I saw no problem with this, but, good for Frank Cho to be like, look, you're obviously not respecting what I've done, and I don't need to be here for that.
This has caused the internet to be split between two teams. Hashtag Team Rucka, hashtag Team Cho. I think it's pretty clear that we're on Team Cho. Mm-hmm. But here we have some tweets and opinions from Twitter.
The first one, the Twitter handle is @ElTovalo, who says, hashtag Team Cho, hashtag Cheesecake for All, hashtag Culo Grande.
Culo Grande. Big ass.
Oh, yeah.
Next opinion is from @Leia617. Quote, "Oh, good. Frank Cho is being a baby. Don't let the door hit you on the anatomically incorrect ass, buddy. Hashtag Team Rucka."
Because Rucka wasn't being a baby saying, no, censor this.
My story is so good that it can't have this variant. Get over yourself. Get over yourself.
The next one comes from @FangirlJean, who says, after seeing the variant covers, I have a lot of questions. Namely, what is wrong with a thick, muscular Wonder Woman?
Nothing wrong?
Nothing wrong.
Next one is from @Jules Rivera, who said, whoever at DC thought it was a good idea to pair feminist writer Greg Rucka with renowned Ferengi Cho is either slow or a master troll.
Daniel, did you do this, master troll there?
I can say I did not do this one.
Mm-hmm. And our final one comes from @Mr_Walsh, who says, so how long until we start seeing the Frank Cho Wonder Woman panty commissions start rolling in?
Oh, they're coming.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to do all kinds of Wonder Woman showing her panty things now on those same one-off sketch covers. And he will, I wonder what he's going to do to represent Greg Rucka. He always, like, I forgot the creator to Spider-Gwen, but he always had the Spider-Gwen in the corner, like, outrage! Anytime it was, like, something sexy. Like, outrage, no! So he's going to do something for this, and I can't wait. Probably when his contract officially ends, he'll be like, okay, now I can do these fucking things.
I want it to be Wonder Woman in the corner, like, no, panties!
Stop it.
Too much ass.
Greg Rucka in a Wonder Woman outfit.
There you
go.
Boom!
That's what you fucking do.
That's awesome.
And then if Greg Rucka's like, hey, he's fucking making fun of me, that's not you. I don't know what you're... No. That's definitely not you.
This Wonder Man. this Wonder Rucka. But not after you. I just like the name Rucka.
It's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's Rucka without the C.
Yeah.
God, I would troll so bad if I were Frank Cho.
You would. You troll bad now anyway.
That I do. All right, Brokettes, that is it for our news this week. We can now move over to our Patreon shout-out of the week and then our comic book highlight.
This week our shout-out goes to Eric, who is @EAntonOfficial.
That is on Twitter. Make sure to follow him @EAntonOfficial. Thank you so much for your support, Eric. And to the rest of our Patreon backers, if you too want your monthly shout out.
Your shout out?
Shout out. You don't get the podcast
No
anymore.
podcast for you today.
Just send us your IP address. It's part of when you sign up on Patreon.
Okay.
Head on over to patreon.com/thereasonsimbroke. And for as little as $1 a month, you too can get your monthly shout out.
But of course, guys, our podcast will always be free. The best thing you can do for us is just let your friends know about it. Leave us a review on iTunes, on Stitcher, on...
Google Play Music is the big thing right now.
What is that?
That's going to be bigger than Stitcher.
Really?
Yep.
I don't even know what Stitcher is, so...
Well, Google Play Music is going to be Android's version of iTunes.
Oh, okay. Okay, leave us a review there, too. It helps other people find us.
We are currently on our way to goal number 3, which would give our website a full revamp, and we would have a commerce version or a commerce portion on the website where we have all new shirt designs, and I have already designed 3 of them, so you can see them once we hit that goal number 3. We are $16 away. Again, that's patreon.com/thereasonsimbroke. We do want to also thank decalavenue.com for the help on the decals at tier for $5 a month. Huge thanks, guys.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman. You're listening to The Reasons I'm Broke.
And with that, guys, we can cover our comic book highlight of the week. This week we have New Superman #1. This is written by Jean Luen Yang, and the art is by Victor Bogdanovich, and the colorist is Hi-Fi.
Your hero, Hi-Fi.
Keefe, Hi-Fi.
People want a new character. People are always asking about new characters. Well, why don't they just make a new version of it? Why don't they just make original characters? Well, here it is. New Superman #1.
There you go.
Story is solid. Is it selling out?
Nope.
Of course it's not.
Of course not.
Of course it's not. And
this
this
is
is
my
why.
Superman.
Well, it's just not for me, but I'm glad they did a new one. Every fucking time this happens. Every time. And then when people ask and whine, like, why are they changing Wolverine? Why are they changing this? Why are they changing that? It's because of this. It's because books like New Superman do not sell. Because when you do an all-new character, without the old character gone, like Miles Morales took over when Peter Parker died. Gone. This is your new Spider-Man. Now, obviously, they didn't kill Superman. Here's new Superman. Oh, well, that's fine. I've got my Action Comics. I've got my Superman. So where's this book gonna go?
Nowhere. But, it was a great fucking book.
It was good. It's not gonna last more than a year.
No, it's not. It's not. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a solid start. You learn a lot about the character. You see how he got his powers. You get the introduction to 2 new characters right at the very end.
Yeah.
Who
the
are
splash page.
Yeah, who are interesting. We'll see what will happen with them. But we essentially have this kid who causes trouble, who has the opportunity to change and grow and become great. And I think that we are going to see that throughout this book.
It's an origin story that takes the stereotypes of comic book origin stories and goes, oh no, it's not that kid being... I don't even want... I mean, I guess I'll spoil it. It's been out for a week and a half, 2 weeks at this point. It's not the kid that's being bullied. It's actually the bully that we're following. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, even me as a regular weekly comic reader was fooled. I'm like, oh, we're not following that fat kid? That fat kid's not going to get superpowers and get thin? Oh, it's that asshole over there. Okay. So now we're in a story where we follow him and him trying not to be an asshole with the powers of Superman.
Yeah.
It's like Hancock the comic book.
I think it's going to be amazing. It hooked me in the first one. Hopefully it can keep it up moving forward.
Final thing, because we'd like to give you surprise reviews. We saw Ghostbusters on day 1.
Yes, we did. Really? Was it day 1?
Day 1, Ghostbusters.
Don't move! You gotta,
No, I'm tired.
No, listen.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take off. How about that?
I don't really think that's a good idea.
No, going to take off. Don't piss off the ghost. Really?
So, we do have a little review for you guys. If you guys have not seen it and are planning to, you can go ahead and turn off the podcast here. Of course, we don't want to spoil it for you. All our reviews are typically full of spoilers.
Yep.
And this one will be no different. So, if you're leaving, thank you guys for watching the show. Otherwise, Daniel, you want to start out with your thoughts?
Yeah, the rest moving forward is just a review. I haven't seen Ghostbusters, the original, in years. I was a kid when I last saw them, and I remember really liking them as a kid. So I'm not the kind of fan that's like, they're ruining my childhood. No, your childhood's still there. You can still watch Ghostbusters. It's fine. This is just a new take on the Ghostbusters. Well, they're just going to remake it, and it's going to be the exact same thing, but with women. No. This is actually a change in the origin of the Ghostbusters. It is different. So anything that people were immediately worried about, whether because they really liked the original or they were just against women being the new Ghostbusters. I don't know what it is. But all of that is out the window. Like, instead you get new Ghostbusters, same title, same type of concept of you can stop the ghosts. The ghosts are going to come back and this creepy guy is trying to take over the city and take over the world. All kinds of tropes with the Ghostbusters universe, but it's told in a completely different way while at the same time not being an exact remake of the original.
I tell people all the time because they ask me, oh, you saw that? How'd you like it? And I always start by saying I have no emotional attachment to the first movie because I know that makes a huge difference for people. And I get that and I understand that. And like my dad told me because we were talking about it, he said, I like the first one so much. I've already convinced myself I'm not going to like this one. And if that's how you are, that's fine.
I'm glad he admitted that. Like, most people won't. They won't admit that they'll let their emotions dictate their enjoyment of something new. They can't separate themselves from that other thing.
No, and that's exactly what told me. And I'm like that with some things too. Like, okay, this is, I mean, kind of a weird example, but like the Winnie the Pooh movies. Mm-hmm. I like the older ones so much that any movie they come out with now, I know I'm not going to like.
Or an easy example, anytime there's an animated Batman, there's like, oh, well, that's not fucking Batman. That's not Kevin Conroy.
Exactly. So I always preface by saying I have no emotional attachment. I will say that I enjoyed this movie. Is it one of my favorites? No. But were there a lot of things I liked about it? Yeah. I liked that they were all women. I thought that was really cool. I liked that they had an explanation for why every single member was in the Ghostbusters. Mm-hmm. I remember seeing the first one and I'm like, okay, they're a team. And you just accepted it. This one, it's kind of how they come together and become a team. Mm-hmm. And there is a reasonable explanation for why every single one of these women are on this team. And they all have an important role to play in there, which I thought was cool. There were a lot of parts where I laughed.
Yeah.
They did have some funny characters in there, and it was really humorous.
The jokes went one of two ways with me. The jokes either fell completely flat, and I did not laugh at all, or they hit me so fucking hard that I was still laughing when the regular dialogue for the story was going, which made it worth my dollars. Like if I can laugh that hard at a movie, even if I didn't laugh at the rest of the other half of the jokes, it's fine already. Like I'm happy because I know that eventually something else is going to come up that's going to make me laugh. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that has something to do with, well, let's put a variety of jokes so that it hits different people in the audience.
Of course.
Because the movie's not made just for you. Mm-hmm. You're not the only person that they made this for. So they're going to have some jokes that are a little bit more vulgar. They're going to have some jokes that are fucking silly and stupid. All of that is going to be in there, and that's what Ghostbusters did.
I thought the delivery for a lot of jokes were great, too. All the different women, and I've heard that most of them are funny. I don't know what they do outside of this movie.
A lot of them are comedians. A lot of them worked on SNL.
So they did a great job in this movie, I thought. They delivered the line. I mean, I didn't see one of them go, well, you're a shitty actress. Like,
right.
I believed them in all of their roles, and there were really cool parts, like at the end where there's fucking ghosts everywhere, and what's her name like pulls out her little shooter guns, and then they're playing like the remake of the Ghostbusters song, and she's just blasting them away. I'm like, I want to be a Ghostbuster.
She's everyone's favorite Ghostbuster, too.
Yeah, she's so cool. She was hilarious, and she just like did her own thing, and she didn't give a shit, and she was like super smart.
Strong female characters.
Mm-hmm. I read,
but that is wrong, apparently.
That's just wrong.
How dare they?
I read somewhere, I don't know if you told me or if I read it, that, there was all this criticism about them being women, and, that Ghostbusters shouldn't have been women, they should have stayed the men. And then at the premiere, there were two little girls dressed up as Ghostbusters, and one of the actresses was like, that's why I made the movie. That movie was for no one else except for those two little girls.
Well, don't forget, Kelly, someone's already said they were planted. They were planted.
I'm sure they were planted.
So but, forget that. Forget the symbolism there. fucking fuck that. No, fuck it.
Why would we not want little girls to see that they could do? Not once in the movie did anybody make any comment of, at least not that I caught, of, well, you're just women. Mm-hmm. Nobody made that comment. It wasn't, well, men should be fighting these ghosts. It's, yeah, you're doing it. Whatever. You created all this shit. You did all this research.
And there's enough of the old Ghostbusters references in there that it's like, here you go. Enough. Like, just shut up.
they had those references, and they still had cameos from, most of the Ghostbusters.
That's exactly what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah. There was that. They had that weird ghost guy, the blobby one.
You mean the Marshmallow Man?
No, you had Marshmallow Man, but then you had that gross blobby guy who stole the car. And he was just made out of ooze or something.
The Ecto Cooler High C mascot.
Yeah.
not the character from the first original movie, not the character from the cartoon that they later modeled and changed in Ghostbusters 2. The High C Green Ghost Slimer.
Yes, that guy. That guy was there. I don't know. There were more references. And I love that I could always tell when one of the old Ghostbusters came on the screen because the whole audience was like, wow! And I'm like, oh, was he from the old one?
Look, I get it. If you're a fan of the original Ghostbusters, you wanted the old Ghostbusters to train the new team. The writer and the director already said that they didn't want a world in which ghosts already existed, that people already knew. They wanted something fresh. And honestly, you can't be mad at this current production because they've been trying to make a Ghostbusters 3 for years. For fucking years, and not everyone was willing to play ball. So eventually they said, well, fuck it. Reboot it, and we're gonna make it different, and we're gonna change it. And if they made it the same, people would say, oh, it's the same as the old one. Why would I do that when I can watch the
Right.
first one? And now that it's different, what's the fucking objection here? Because it's not for me. Well, no, it's not made for men in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. This was made for women, younger women. That's who the movie's for. I'm sorry, not every movie's gonna be for you.
And I really enjoyed it. There wasn't even really a love story in there. Not really, but
Figure
I liked
that.
it. It
How
was
about
awesome.
that? Not a fucking love story in this movie.
Yeah.
You can make a movie that's appealing to women that doesn't have a love story.
Yeah, I mean,
and
there
you
was,
love your love stories.
There was still a beefcake in there.
Who's kind of an idiot.
Who's definitely an idiot. Don't even say kind of. He didn't know how to answer a phone.
Yeah. I think they turned the beefcake into a joke by the end of it.
Yeah, it was great. But not a love story, and I usually only watch movies with love stories. And I really enjoyed it, and it was cool, and I want to go out and be a Ghostbuster, except the ghosts were scary, so no thank you.
Great special effects for the ghosts. I loved it.
They were awesome.
It wasn't until later that my coworker said, well, it's because, I'm like, I normally don't like CGI, and I love the ghosts. And he says, well, they did a mix. They had like live action, and then they did the CGI special effects over it. And I was like, well, fucking brilliant. Fucking do that all the time. Jesus Christ.
Do that shit all the time.
Whenever
guys.
the Haunted Mansion remake comes out, do that shit. Fucking put someone on wires, put the fucking costume on him, and then whatever fucking looks bad, just CGI over it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it like Green Lantern. Like Green Lantern should have been a real suit, and then the CGI like green
Glowy
energy,
thing,
the
yeah.
willpower.
Yep. The willpower. They just didn't have the willpower to make a real suit.
No, I guess not.
So overall, I liked the movie. I would go see a sequel. Is it something I'm going to buy? No, but it was a really fun movie to watch one time through.
That's my exact summary. I will not watch this again. I will not buy it on Blu-ray, but I will see the sequel. And stay after the credits, everyone.
Yes.
That's one bit I will not spoil. Stay after the credits.
And with that, guys, that does do it for our whole podcast this week. If there's anything that we didn't talk enough about or you want to talk to us about it a little bit more, hit us up on Twitter at ReasonsI'mBroke or at Palpakelli. We'll be happy to talk to you there.
Again, we will cover San Diego Comic-Con next week, so be sure to tune in for that. To follow us on everywhere we're at, all of our social media networks, you can head on over to thereasonsimbroke.com, where you will find the link to Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, everywhere, and you will also find an interactive player right on the website.
And of course, guys, the absolute best thing you can do for us is let your friends know. Say, this is an awesome podcast. Don't be like, listen to this weird thing when I poop. No, just let your friends know. Get more people listening. I think Daniel mentioned a few weeks ago, we're almost to the point where we're better than, 50% other podcasts? More downloads?
We almost have more downloads than half of the podcasts on our on Libsyn, which is Liberated Syndication. It's a podcasting host, the largest one out there, and it's been the largest one for years. So there's a certain number we're trying to hit for our weekly podcast, and we're almost there.
And almost, we'll be in the top percentages of Ratatas.
We'll be in the top 49% of podcasts
That's
on
awesome.
Libsyn. So thank you so much. Thank you for spreading the word. If you see someone out there that's like, hey, you like Pokemon Go? Check out the Reasons I'm Broke podcast. Hey, you like that Ghostbusters movie? They reviewed it on this one. I think you'd like that review. All of that. Are you a DC fanboy, a DC fangirl? You will definitely like this podcast. Let them know. Thank you so much. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Kelly.
We'll see you next week.
Do 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 do.